Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Global Crossing Airlines channel. Joining us as always, CEO Ed. Welcome, sir. It's good to see you.
Great. It's good to see you, Kyle. Thanks for having us on today.
How are you doing today, sir?
Doing good. Everything's good.
That's awesome. So recently you guys touched on evacuation measures you supported out of Kabul, and now Global Crossing partnered with Honor Flight South Florida to support veterans. Can you kind of expand on this news and exactly what you guys are doing there?
Yeah, so Honor Flight South Florida is a nonprofit organization. It's one of many around the country that support bringing veterans of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam to DC, Washington, D.C. for the day so that they can go visit the memorials for their war. And we also take them to Arlington National Cemetery where they see the changing of the guard and the Marine Corps Memorial and so forth. So we're very happy to support that organization. We took 75 veterans on a flight last Sunday, to DC for the day. We left here about 6 o'clock in the morning, got up there, got in our buses toward the memorials and the monuments, and brought them back here to Miami to a big rousing reception with a number of the local politicians, congressmen, the mayors, and others to welcome them back to Miami and thank them for their service to our country. So we did that flight. We'll do another one in October, I think on October 17th. And we'll continue to support that organization because we think it's very important that we recognize our veterans. We think that that's something that will unify all of us as we recognize their service and their sacrifice. So we'll continue to do that in the years to come.
That's incredible. So what kind of gets you down that path? Are these people reaching out to you guys, or are you just kind of finding a way into it through the airlines? Exactly how does that come about?
Sure. I knew about Honor Flight South Florida at the last airline that I started and ran. We did 4 or 5 flights for Honor Flight. And they ran into a bit of a problem. These are the first flights after the pandemic, so they have not run any flights for about 2 years. They typically run in the spring and then in the early fall based on the weather. You don't want it too hot or too cold for the veterans when they get to DC. So Honor Flight South Florida had an issue with the airline that they had contracted with for these flights because of the pandemic and some operational issues. They called us and we immediately sprang into action and said, yeah, we'll do these flights for you. We made a contribution to the organization. Of course, gave them a great price on the flights and so forth. So we were very happy to step in and help the situation.
That's awesome. So as we kind of head into this last quarter here, aside from helping the veterans and everything else going on, what can investors look forward to and what's kind of getting you excited for this last quarter of the year?
Lots of great things. We took delivery of our 3rd airplane yesterday, and it was flown to Miami. It's sitting out on the ramp now, going through its FAA checks. We'll take a 4th airplane in October, right around October 15th. We expect to take delivery of another A320, and a 5th airplane at the end of December. Could go into early January, but we're hoping for near the end of December to take our 5th A320. We've got a number of big programs starting to the Dominican Republic for a number of tour operators. We'll be flying as many as 15 flights a week to both Santo Domingo and Punta Cana. And sometime in November, we expect to start our flights to Havana once Cuba opens up again after the pandemic. So we expect to do as many as 10 flights a week into Cuba to start from both Miami and Tampa. And then that will grow as the other cities in Cuba start to open up. So we could have as many as 15 or 16 flights a week going into Cuba. We also have a number of other programs that we'll be announcing, some pretty major announcements we hope for in the next month or so. So things are looking great. We're getting a lot of business, meeting a lot of clients and signing good contracts. So very optimistic about our future.
So you guys are finding a lot more is opening up now, getting on the other side of this pandemic. It's kind of leading to more international for you guys.
Yes, as the international markets start to open up, as they get their local pandemic problems behind them, they need lift to sort of prime the pump again, because there's such pent up demand in some of these areas that it'll take a lot of airplanes to satisfy that demand over the next, call it 6 to 9 months, and then we'll settle back down into sort of a normal pattern. But we hope to and expect to gain our market share as a result of that with good, reliable service and establish ourselves with all the players in the market and put our business in place.
That's great to hear, Ed. I really appreciate your time today, giving us these updates.
Thanks, Kyle. Great to see you.
Such a
Talk-
pleasure. If anybody has any questions as well, always let us know in the comment section below, and we can obviously bring up some retail investor questions in the future. But in light of this, Ed, stay cool, stay awesome, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks, Kyle. Take care.